Hello everyone, here you have the problem solver again, and today we are going to talk about a famous problem that is asked in many interviews, especially in medium-sized and small-sized companies, that they were using this problem in their coding interview. And this problem called valid parentheses. So you can find this problem also on lead code under name valid parentheses, and you can practice the coding part after the video. So what is the problem? So the problem here, we want to check if we have a valid open and closed brackets in our string. So we have a string which has some brackets like this. So we have this. This is a valid brackets. So for each open bracket, we have the closed one and in the same order. What does it mean, valid parentheses? Valid parentheses, it means what is open first is closed last, and what is open last is closed first. This is a valid parentheses. What else could be one like this? Like this. This is also a valid parentheses, is valid. And those two examples for a valid parentheses, and what is not valid is invalid parentheses, something like this, for example. So we have here one open bracket is not closed, one open braces that not closed, and also another example for invalid parentheses like this. So here what we have an open braces that is closed after another open. So the open last is not closed yet. So this is invalid one. And this also invalid. So here, as I described, we have a string, and this string has only some brackets, braces, curly braces, and brackets. And for each string, you have to check if it's a valid parentheses or not, which means what is open first is closed last, and what is open last is closed first. So here in this problem, it's a valid problem for using data structures. You have to think about a data structure that you could use to solve this problem. So when I describe the problem, you can already think about one of the famous data structures to have open first, closed last, open last, closed first, which is stacks. So how can we use a stack here? So if we have a stack, let me draw a stack. If you have a stack like this is a stack. And let's take the first example here. So we have open curly braces. So it will be like this. Then we have open braces. So we push it again here in our stack. So we have only. Then we have a closed one. So when we have a closed one, we don't need to push it in our stack. We can pop and check if the closed one is belonging to the last one in our stack or not. So it means what is open last is closed first, like I said. So we pop from the stack this one, and this one is valid because we have currently this. So both open and closed of the same type, so it's valid. Then we have this one, the curly braces, the closing of curly braces. So we can pop from the stack and check. So it's also belonging to the same type. So now we have a stack is empty. it means that we don't have any more brackets there, so it's a valid parenthesis. Let's have another example for invalid parentheses, like number 3 here, this one. Like number 3 here, this one. So let's draw now again our stack. We have a stack. So the first one is curly braces. We push it to our stack. Then we have open braces. We push it to the stack. Then we have closing curly braces. So we pop from the stack, and here we have the braces and curly braces, and they are not from the same type, so it is invalid parentheses. So this string is invalid. So this is basically how we describe the problem and how we approach the solution. And now let's move to the coding. Now for coding, I have my Visual Studio Code that I use to solve the problem, and I have my signature like it is described in lead code. So I have a method called isValid, and it takes a string and it returns Boolean, which is valid or invalid string. So the first thing that we need to check if my string is null or empty, what should I return? So if s equal null or s is empty, so here what should I return? You have to ask your interviewer, is this a valid string or not? Because it's not clear. But what described in lead code that in that case they can consider it as a valid string. So here we return true. Okay, then we initialize our stack. So we have a stack, and the stack we have a string, so each member in my stack will be a character. Stack, new stack. So I define my stack, then we have to loop over the whole string, push all the open brackets, and we pop once we have a closed one, and we check in that case. So for each character in my string, so I move character by character, and I check then if it's open, which is if c equal open of curly braces, or c equal open of braces, or c equal open of brackets. Then we push this to the stack. Then what if is not an open, then else. So in that case, we have a corner case here. If the first character in my string is a closed one. So here we have to, before we pop from the stack, we have to check if the stack is empty or not. And in case it's empty, it means that we have a closed character first, and of course is not a valid one, because a closed character means it's not belonging to any open brackets, so it is not a valid string. So if stack dot is empty, then I have to return false. Otherwise I can pop from the stack and see. So I have char open equal stack dot pop. So this is my character, and then I have to check if this open bracket is belonging to the correct closed one or not, and in case it is not, then I have to return false. So if open equal bracket and C not equal the same type, then we have a problem, then we have to return false. So this is my first condition. And then I copy and do the same for the 3 types. So if it is of braces, open of braces, oops, and the closed not braces or curly braces, open is curly braces and close is not of curly braces, then in that case we return false. So after this loop, we have to check also if the stack is having any character left or not. In case we have any left character, it means something like, let me draw it like this. So we have open braces, open braces, open braces, and we have 2 closed. So we pushed the first 3 and we popped then 2, but still we have open one is not closed. So this one is invalid. So if stack dot is empty, not return false, and return true otherwise. So let's take an example and go through the whole code and check if it is valid or not. So let me draw it here. So let me take like a simple example, like we have curly braces like this. This is a pure valid one, and here we have the stack. So let's move in the code. First here I define the stack, then for each character I move, is it open, one of the open, and my cursor is here. So I push it, so we push the curly braces, then we go forward, and the next one is this one. So is it open? Yes, I push it. Then it moves to the next one. Is it open? No. Else is the stack empty? No. So it continues to that line. We pop this one. So we pop this. My cursor is here. So is it of the same type? Yes, it's the same type. We have checked this condition, which is the popped one from the stack is the open braces and the current one is closed braces, so it's true, so it continue. So my cursor is here and my cursor is here, so it's closed one. Yes, it's not one of the open, so it's closed. Is the stack is empty? No, still we have one left, so we pop it. We pop this character, this one. So we have this one. So we compare this one with this one, which comes here. They are the same type. So the open one is braces and the closed one is this one. So it doesn't go here and doesn't return false. So it continues. The string is over. If the stack is empty, yes. So it doesn't go here and return true. Let's take one example also for invalid one. So we have something like this: open, closed, open, and here we have the stack. So the first one is open. Yes, I push it, one of the open types, so I push it here. Then we go forward. The next one, this is the first one, this is the next one. Braces, one of the open, so I push it here. Then we go forward, we have closed one. Yes, we have closed one. So is the stack empty? No. We continue, we pop this one. We are here. So we compare basically this one with this one, which is not of the same type, so it returns false. You can also practice this at home. You can check the lead code example here, and you can solve the problem if you are using any other programming language other than Java. And this problem is it is considered an easy problem. I visited in many companies that were using the same problem. Maybe not Google, Amazon, and Facebook, but many medium companies are using this problem in their interviews. So happy coding for everyone, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Please push like, subscribe, and share for my video, and watch out for more videos for problems that I'm going to solve next week. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.